What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy motherfucking Tuesday. Y'all, this is my tribute to John Singleton. And first off, I want to welcome the people who have come here to my channel. I deal in film. My degrees are in film. My career is in film. I love film, like I do. But this is my tribute to John Singleton. And this is a walk down memory lane for me. First off, which anybody who has studied this man, he actually died on April 28th, which I wanted to make something about him at that particular point. But it was a couple of things going on. But either way, I'm going to pay tribute. I'm going to pay homage. So John Singleton, he was the first black male director nominated for the Academy Award for Best Director. He was the first African American and he was the youngest. He was 24 when he got nominated. I remember being in undergrad, y'all. I really had my eyes were bigger than the world around me, if that makes sense. Like, I knew about him. I knew about his films, which I'll talk about that in a few minutes. This is going to be a quick video. But I remember just being like, wow. He came from nowhere and ended up being something. Wow. Like, for him to be nominated for that young, like, that was my ambition. So if anybody say, J.Dunn, how did you keep pushing? How did you keep moving? How did you get a bachelor's with no parents or no siblings? How did you get a master's with no parents or no siblings? It's because of people like John Singleton. John Singleton set the rope high. He set the rope high for me in my love for film. So I kept trying to achieve. And I achieved a lot more than what I thought that I could get to. But that was my reasoning. And so I always used to say, I'm going to beat him out. I'm going to beat him out. If he got an award for Best Director when he was 24, I'm going to get it at 23. But that's one thing too, y'all. A lot of people who don't know about film don't know about the different positions. People think that a director is the same thing as a producer. A producer is the same thing as a film writer, or a screenwriter rather. A screenwriter is the same thing as an editor. An editor is the same thing as a wardrobe person. A wardrobe person is the same thing as a dang on production assistant. Like, people don't understand the world of film. So initially, when I brought my channel up on here, I was doing my thing with my friend, but then I was also trying to expose people to the world of film. I wanted people to know. I wanted black people to know, mostly because a lot of the times we think that film is strictly the actors and the director. Now we might think they the actors, the director, and the producer. But there are so many different positions and facets to it. And when you learn and come through them all, whenever you come across them all, you can pretty much do them all once you're knowledgeable. But the thing is, what is key is working on independent stuff. So for me, I worked on independent stuff. And independent stuff meaning people who use their own money to produce a movie. And I would like jump into little roles that I knew enough about due to my education, but I didn't have experience in. And because I didn't have experience at that time, I was kind of a fish out of water. But I was able to learn as I go. It was independent. You know, there was already a contract in place, etc. But either way, I'm going off the topic. But this is about John Singleton. For him to be 24 and get all the accolades that he got, that's amazing. Amazing. Y'all see my profile picture on here with my glasses. I bought those glasses because I thought those glasses resembled Spike Lee to a certain degree. I'm a very big film buff. So for the new people who come to my channel, I love film. If you come at me about a movie, or you want me to review a movie, or you want me to talk about a television show, or you want me to talk about the aspects of cinematography and how the film or the show came together, I can talk to you about that. If you want to talk to me about a story, I can talk to you about that. And to be honest, I think one of my earliest YouTube videos that I ever put on here about film was about the Aaliyah movie. And Wendy Williams had produced it. So many people were upset with the direction of it, the casting, um, just the story altogether. And I came on YouTube. My channel was very early. Y'all know when the Wendy Williams movie came out. I'm not lying to y'all. I done been here for a very long time. A very long time. I didn't come on here to follow nobody. I've been here since before other people came here. But I gave my review, and I gave my review about the storyline of that movie. And I got a lot of likes from that. But either way, back to John Singleton. So for him to be 24 and do all that he did is amazing. Luckily for me, I got to meet Reginald Hudlin. Reginald Hudlin was the producer of Django Unchained. And I guess since I'm talking about these different hats that people wear, a producer is all about managing the money. Once a film has a budget, it is the producer's job to take that budget and stretch that budget. So if that producer needs to hire actors, that producer needs to hire crew, needs to hire camera people, all that. The producer, that's his job. That's her job. Even as far as paying for locations, because when a movie or a TV show will film at a location, you got to pay for that space. Because 9 times out of 10, that particular location, whether it's a restaurant or a public setting, they will have to shut down their public business hours in order for you to come through and use their property in order to shoot whatever you're trying to shoot. So that's a part of the budget too. Wardrobe is a part of the budget. What the people wear, the different outfits, costumes, makeup, all that. That's what a producer does. That's what a producer does. Now, when it comes to directing, a director has nothing to do with the money. Actually, the producer secures the funds to hire the director. Hence, John Singleton. A producer produced the funds to hire John Singleton to direct the movie. Let me tell you what a director does. A director will come through. Now, the actors are already secure. The crew already secure. Camera people already secure. The script, screenwriter, all of that already secure. The director comes through, reads the script, and the director actually attends table reads with the people who are a part of the movie. And in the table read, you have all the actors who are going to be major parts of a movie, and you sit at a table and you read through the whole script. You read through the whole script so that everybody can get familiarized with their lines and the people that they are having to play against when it comes to actually bringing this story to the forefront. A director tells people how to walk, how to stand. A director says, hey, this scene seems more powerful. This is what I need you to do. Don't just cry. I need you to walk up to this table, slap the glass off the table until it crashes on the floor, and then cry about what happened to you. A director directs. A director tells people, actors on set, what they need to do, what they should do. That's what a director does. A screenwriter actually comes up with the words. A lot of people look at their favorite movies and they like, oh, I love this movie. I love the story. But somebody in their mind just came up with this words, this story, the way everything was going to work on the screen. Somebody did that. Somebody said, this is what needs to be said. These are the characters that need to say this. Somebody came through and developed character arcs in order to make these characters grow throughout the film in order for you to love and value and appreciate them. That's what a screenwriter does. That's my passion. I'm a screenwriter. That's what I do. I do it on the independent level thus far, but hopefully I will grow at some point. I'm sure that I will. I speak it in my existence. I will. So that's what screenwriters do. Then you have editors. Once the producer has hired all of the cast and the crew, paid for all of the locations, made sure that the budget was on point, once the director has came through, directed the actors, directed the people who are holding the cameras, directed the people who have the script, directed everybody as far as how things should move and look on film, then it goes to the editor. The editor then puts all the pieces together. The editor talks to the screenwriter. The screenwriter comes through, looks at the footage, try to make sure that the vision is cohesive, that the vision that everybody had comes together. That's all about film. That's all about me, J.Dunn. John Singleton, a lot of people know him, especially the black community. Boys in the Hood. I was able to get my master's degree because I wrote about Boys in the Hood. Well, I wrote a script for my thesis, but my final, I guess it was kind of like a dissertation, but not really. But I had to analyze a film, and I chose Boys in the Hood for my analyzation. And I went through bit by bit, piece by piece of that film. I talked about the criticism of that film. I talked about the love of the film. I talked about what the film meant in the time and space that it was made. I talked about the young director, John Singleton, R.I.P. I talked about him and how he was a trendsetter. And he ended up doing the most that, like, it was so many people older than him. He was 24. Well, he was 24 when he was nominated, but I think he made the film when he was 23. But either way, there were so many naysayers, so many people doubting him, didn't think he could make this film. So I wrote a piece on that. Maybe one day I'll share it with you. Maybe one day. But outside of Boys in the Hood, you got Poetic Justice. Love Poetic Justice. In this piece, John Singleton was able to highlight he was able to highlight what was going on in the black community, but also be able to highlight, what is her name? Dang, how am I forgetting her name? Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I forgot your name, but Maya Angelou. He was able to incorporate her poetry. That's one thing about filmmaking. Sometimes you have to reach out to local artists, people who are on the lower spectrum of things, and not lower like you better than them, but everybody trying to grow together. That's what I mean when I say local. Like, you trying to grow with these people. So if you know a local artist who is struggling to get music out there, but you have a film that can incorporate that music, you use it. That's the reason why I got through undergraduate. I had made a student film that was going to help me graduate, and I needed music for it. Of course, with music, you get copyright issues, you get all that type of stuff if you use music that is on the mainstream. That's why you look locally. You look in your community. You look into the people that are your age trying to come up, and you network. And so I was able to do my student film to get out of grad school, to actually have a really great film to get out of grad school. And I used local music in it. It was a win-win for both parties, simply because what they did for me was free of charge. But every film festival that my film went to, their music was showcased. Every single one. That's what's important about the credits at the end of a movie. The credits at the end of a movie tells you who did what, who said what person was who, what person acted as a character, who contributed in what way, who gave music in what way. This is how people are able to spread their talents. This is how, and a lot of people are like, oh, if your movie wasn't at the movie, it wasn't a movie. No, because even if my movie ain't at the movies, but if it's at a few film festivals and I got a few banging artists that done contributed by using their music in my film, it's a win-win, because just like people seeing my film, people are listening to your music. People are learning about your band, learning about you as a singer, learning about you as a rapper, etc. It's a give and take situation. John Singleton did that with Maya Angelou, even though I don't think she needed any help at that time. Then we got Baby Boy. Y'all, who don't know Baby Boy? Taraji been doing her thing on Empire, but who does not know Baby Boy? And actually, a fact, I don't think it's little known. I was going to say a little known fact, but I don't think it's little known. The character of Jody was initially written by the screenwriter for Tupac. That's the thing, too, about screenwriting. You can write stuff for different people. If you have a belief and a faith in a person, regardless of how big or small, even if the person at your local theater, if you want to write, you can write something for them. Now, as far as getting everything together in order to produce it and make sure everything goes smoothly, that's a different story. But Jody was initially written for Tupac, but then Tupac got killed. So they cast Tyrese for it in order for the show to go on. And now we have Baby Boy by John Singleton with Tyrese. And everybody loves that. I honestly think that's how Taraji got her come up. And it's no shade or nothing. I'm very proud of Taraji for what she's done. But I think that most of us remember her starting there. I'm going to go through one last movie and then I'm going to end this video. The last movie that I want to say about John Singleton was Higher Learning. Higher Learning was amazing to me. Lord, that movie. And like, I ended up seeing it later on down the line because when it came out, I was much younger. Like, the content was too much for me. You know, I was too young for that. But I watched it later on down the line in my life, and I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it, the context, the concept. I enjoyed the characters. I really just enjoyed the story. I enjoyed it. Like, Higher Learning is the movie that I saw probably like whenever I was in junior high or high school. Probably junior high. Let me see. Yeah, gotta be junior high. That encouraged me to go to college. Yeah, the movie was so serious. It dealt with so many different racial aspects and so many different cultural differences. It was a little bit scary to a certain degree, but it inspired me to want to go to school. Like, I don't know. One thing that I'm going to say about me before I get off here. I honestly feel like if I wasn't born in the generation that I was born in, and I was born much earlier, I probably would have been a part of the civil rights movements. Like, I probably would have been the person just talking and shit like that. You know, I probably would have been the person who might have got persecuted because of my mouth. And I mean, a lot of y'all on YouTube already view me a certain way because of my mouth, or like if I feel some type of way, I'm going to say it. Y'all, that's not going to change in my character. It will never change. But I always think about that. Like, if I lived during that time period, my life probably would have been in danger. What age would I have made it to? I think about that. But Higher Learning was just something. It was just amazing. It was a great body of work. And John Singleton created that. And unfortunately, he had some issues with his health where they weren't pre-existing, but he started feeling a certain type of way about his body. I think he went on vacation. He came back. He ended up dying. Yeah, all I know is that he ended up dying at a hospital. But I look at how movies shape me. I look at how movies and films shape me. They shape my personality. They shape my ideology. They shape the reason why I am who I am. Yes, of course, my parents shaped me. But, whenever you are without a mother, you sometimes look to other outlets. And I honestly believe that these powerful black films really helped mold me. So where I'm the loudmouth, I'm the drama-filled person, even when I think I'm standing for something. Like I legitimately think I'm standing for something, even if it means standing for myself, even if it means standing for the next person. I legitimately believe what I believe. And I thank John Singleton for the art that he put out there. The timeless art that he put out there. I hate that his life was cut short at 51, but I'm appreciative. As a film major, as a film head, I'm appreciative. And so for the newcomers on my channel, I want to share this side of me to you. I'm a film buff. R.I.P. John Singleton. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. Bye.